Alright, Shalom. I like to say Kahalayam, Wahawadla, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Right, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and Ruel. Peace and blessing to the acrimony will I push this truth to four corners of the earth. Right, this brother Yaba. I saw this article here. So like you. I say I'll do a touch on it. Right, amalgamated security to provide ankle bracelets. And we know this ankle bracelet goes back to what the whole RFID mark of the beast thing. You understand? It just wouldn't be actually in the skin. It will be on a particular bracelet that it will put either on your wrist or on your ankle or so forth, right? Ankle bracelets, but some people might have it on the wrist, whatever the case may be. But we know all of this is just a way to prepare for waiters they really want to implement. It's like just a test run. You understand? With the convenience of this whole COVID-19 thing, they release certain prisoners, and then the making sure to put laws where. Why is making this noise? Yeah, and they're making sure to put in laws so that they'll be able to be able to pass laws to put it on the prisoners while under house arrest, whatever the case may be, under that justification, and they will monitor them and practice the tracking and so forth, all these different things. But we know what all of this leading to. Eventually, it's going to lead to what? The mass chipping of the people, our temptation, right? It said the House of Representatives debated amendments to the act that the National Security Minister hopes will soon allow for the electronic monitoring of those on bail or the subject of restraining order, right? So those who on bail or who on restraining order, that is to make sure that, as they say, not a flight risk, they go try to escape the country and all these different things, right? So that is to keep track of them. But like I say, generally we know what this will lead to, right? That is one of the reasons why they already wanted this 5G in the first place, was to be able to do all this mass tracking of everybody, and in certain places they're practicing it, and here is no different, right? I said the minister also announced which company will be providing the system. Now, I read this article that a brother who died some time ago, you understand, brother Yawada, he showed me this article, and that was since 2008. Since November 2008, they actually practicing this. You understand? On same. I don't think it was on inmates. I think it was on people who what grounds by? I don't remember if it was people who were similar, like a house arrest or on probation or whatever. But there's something they're practicing for over a year now. What the hell? Salakia. Yeah, there's something they're practicing for over a year now. I had to stop this in my second. Salakia. What is getting upset is that it wasn't making this noise a little while ago. As I start the video.
In piloting amendments to the act that is to govern the electronic monitoring of those out on bail, National Security Minister Stuart Young said the House of Representatives would be debating what he hoped to be the last piece of the puzzle for the operation of electronic monitoring, better known as an ankle bracelet system in Trinidad and Tobago. The minister said that a special unit has been staffed, as he announced which firm shall be providing the system.
An electronic monitoring system was procured and commissioned by Amalgamated Security Services Limited, who has been engaged to provide a full turnkey solution for the supply, delivery, installation, commissioning and maintenance of an electronic monitoring solution. The installation of the required hardware and software for the system, both at the main site and at the backup site, has been completed.
Like I said, there's something they're practicing for a while now. So we know whoever it is doing it, they're just doing it through Amalgamated. They're just using Amalgamated as like the front line. But it has somebody in the back who orchestrating it. They just choose to do it through that particular company.
And the devices were tested throughout Trinidad and Tobago and are in proper working order, Madam Speaker.
Attorney General Faris Al-Rawi said last week that once virtual courtrooms are up and running at the nation's prisons, this will bring an end to the prisoner transport service provided by Amalgamated Security, which costs the state approximately $80 million a year. That initiative has been fast-tracked due to the COVID-19 pandemic, as have been plans for the conditional release of who the government has classified as low-risk prisoners.
The TTPS has recently launched a gender-based violence unit and the electronic monitoring unit would work along with this unit to ensure that persons who obtain the protection order can be monitored, thereby providing an additional safety mechanism. There are many other benefits, Madam Speaker, to be gained from employing electronic monitoring. For example, it can also be imposed in lieu of a sentence, especially for minor offences. This would reduce the number of persons being sent to our nation's prisons.
Minister Young said that an approved police response mechanism has been established for the electronic monitoring system in collaboration with the police service. UNC MP Dr. Rudal Munilal was the first opposition MP to respond.
It's a pleasure to join this debate early.
So that is one of the guises that we'll use. If somebody actually commit a minor offense, instead of actually sending them to jail, you just while at home, wherever the case may be, you just had the monitoring system on them. All of them is just guinea pigs under particular guise. You understand? But we know what originally and where is the latter end of where it is all this is about. You understand? Eventually everybody will be monitored. It will just start off with those who have limited rights or privileges because of crime, or it might be, it got different ways of going about it for now. But eventually the ultimate goal is so that everybody will be in the same category, and it wouldn't be a bracelet on your ankle, it could be in your hand or your forehead, as the scriptures talk about in Revelations 13, 16, 15 go down.
Participate in debating a matter, again, that was introduced by the former administration of the member for Siparia, the former Prime Minister.
Dr. Munilal said he is glad the National Security Minister noted the legal notice to approve the devices took effect in 2014.
So when we were in office, we did approve the devices, and 2015 this government entered, and since then to now, they have been unable, as so many things, they have been unable to implement the electronic monitoring system in Trinidad and Tobago.
Jewel Brown, TV6 News.
And I should show you, when it comes to politics, is really the devil in pink or the devil in blue. As much as they might appear that they're against each other, ultimately they all working towards the same cause. They might just have different ways of going about it. But when we seeing these things happening, we seeing that as time passes, it's taking more and more steps closer to prophecy being fulfilled, to Jacob's trouble actually coming to pass. You're seeing more integration when it comes to RFID, like the banks using certain hand bracelets now to be able to get accustomed to swiping for things instead of actually using a card system. You understand? Everything becoming credited. You're actually seeing them bringing out more technology, and all the technology pointing to what RFID, because that is ultimately what they want to build their structure around. You understand? So when that time actually comes that they have everything put in place for it, you can't be able to buy or sell unless you have it, because everything that they're making or doing is built around that system. You understand? So it'd be glad to see all these things coming closer and closer and closer to that time. You understand? Lord will, we'll make it through it. All person at a fine with that, I say Shalawama, Kiam, stay strong. And the 102 Aquats also.